Hi everybody, welcome to today's reading. This weekend something may happen that you this seems to shine a new light on a situational project. You might not be expecting it, but it's just kind of like this idea, this concept, this view, perspective on a problem or a challenge that you've been experiencing suddenly arises in your mind, and you'll be like, that's what I need to do. So you will come to realize that you are actually the brain, the brain power, the lighthouse in the storm and the chaos, right? You can choose responsibility when you need to, and that can mean making a decision for change. It's so much more powerful when you are deciding about that decision, when you're deciding what the change is, you're deciding the perspective, you're deciding what needs to happen, you're deciding to prioritize yourself. You've decided, oh my God, I'm important. So there may feel like a bit of an urgency to initiate it, to get on with it, to make it happen straight away. And there is a little bit, because we're going to be trying to get that situation moving during a Mercury retrograde, but it's mainly the brain shift that has happened, and you recognize that feeling as a strong reminder that there's no going back. Now you've had this thought, now you're seeing this perspective, you know that you need to move in that direction. So you are the light in your own chaos. Yeah. All right, so you know the deal for today. We are going to pick one card for each of the months, and the reading for you is the month of your birthday. So we always start in April, because April is the beginning of the energy year. So April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and one for everyone. Yeah, and you know, this is really interesting, this card. A lot of people don't like the look of this card because it looks really negative, but this card is actually saying that there are people that are not looking out for your best interests. They're entirely focused on their own interests, and you are aware of that, and you're not going to have it anymore. So you're choosing to take back control. And this is what the symbol here, the Scorpio, is saying, taking back control. And this symbol here is, I see the goal, I reached the goal, and I'm ready for the next one. And so this is what is happening. It's a great opportunity. This is the symbol of Jupiter. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system, and it is about prosperity, abundance, opportunity. And this is what Spirit is saying. You are ready for that next step. We are all ready for that next step, but we choose that decision, because you know what happens if you don't choose it? Spirit pushes you in that direction, and it's very uncomfortable. April babies. Yes, so this is some strategizing, and you also have an awareness. You're doing the research, because you already were, because it's Mercury retrograde, but you're doing the research because you know that whatever this change is going to take time, and it's such a beautiful thing. So Spirit is saying that the research will build your confidence. Don't just do it and then be like, oh, whoopsie, wasn't quite ready for that. Spirit is saying that that is what you can do. May babies. This is letting you know that there is people that will help you. Don't look around for too long. Just immediately think of who comes to your mind. Person who's a rock of Gibraltar to you, that person who will help you get that done. And there may even be some sense of letting people know via email or some kind of electronic media or something that will also assist you as well. June babies. Yep, June babies. Yeah, Spirit wants you to know that you are capable of more than one thing at the same time, and that can be family, work, preparation. It's kind of like making a loaf of bread, leaving it to rise, going and cooking dinner, putting out the washing, putting the washing on, all different things happening at the same time, but you are able to coordinate several projects at the same time. And it's not just talking about small things like that, I'm talking about big things that you can do. July babies. This is Spirit's like, there's a sense of like, oh, don't be big, don't be bright, don't expect too much from me. And yet Spirit's like, yes, but you can expect more from yourself, and you will make a big difference. There's more coming for you. What you might think that you've just moved to a house that's perfect. It's the house you're always going to live in. You're always going to be here. But Spirit says there's more for you. Don't minimize this as all there is that you've achieved in your life. August babies. So August babies, you feel like You need to analyze everything, because otherwise, if you don't have a very, very, very clear plan, it's all going to turn to poopola. And Spirit says, why do you always do that? Why do you always think that things won't work out? Spirit is wanting to encourage you to recognize that you hold the key in your hand, and don't expect the impossible. Expect the impossible, I should say. Don't denounce that the impossible could happen. Hope that makes sense. September babies, look, you have been everywhere for everyone. Frankly, this weekend is really important for you to sit back and have a bit of a rest. But you're quite stubborn about that, because you'll have things booked and you'll be like, no, but I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Regrettals, you'll get to the regrettals when you get to Monday, or when you get in a few days down into next week. Spirit is saying that they are wanting to engage with you, and you're just too busy doing the material stuff or the other people's stuff, and they're wanting to get you to slow down and take some time out for yourself, so that when you're in that kind of REM space, when you're having a nap, that they're able to impart some really good information for you about where you're headed. October babies, strategy. It's time to get rid of the people that are not really helpful in your life, and that might feel a bit naughty, but right now you want to focus on what brings you joy, and there's a bit of strategy around that, and that can involve going on planning some kind of holiday or retreat, or doing something that sort of lights you up a bit, and it gives you that, helps you with that strategy, helps you think, what am I doing? How do I want that to happen? How is that going to work out for me? But when you're doing for other people all the time, it blocks you from taking time to think what is actually what I need for me. September, October, November babies. Oops. November babies. So these two people, they're leaning on the tree, and the tree is a very old tree. It's a big old tree. So that shows that your relationship with somebody else feels like that really old soul kind of relationship. Feels like this sense of, we have worked on this together. There's sort of like, whoever they are, you really feel a deep connection to them, and you don't have to be like going to do exactly what they're going to do, but you can do your own thing, and it doesn't mean that you're separate or that you shouldn't be together. It just means you're doing different things at this chapter in your life, but you're still together. December babies. Yeah, this old rock here, this is letting you know that you are carrying responsibility that does not belong to you, and it's wearing you out. It's time for you to be like, you know what, I'm going to put that rock down, because I'm going to think to myself, is this my responsibility? Am I meant to do this? Is it my job to fix this? Put it down and decide whether you're going to continue on that path. You're deciding which path is right for you, and as you recognize the responsibility and where responsibility lays, then you become more aware of your own confidence of heading in your direction and not the direction that's being requested by somebody else. January babies. Spirit is like, yeah, there's a great opportunity. It's aligned with Spirit. It's aligned with your confidence. There's good things coming for you. And it's because you have opened that gap. You've made that connection. February babies. Classic. The February babies, you really would be worthwhile for you to do some exercise this weekend, like going for a walk. And while you're doing that walk or run, whatever your cup of tea is, shake off that sense of, I shouldn't, I could, but I shouldn't, but I could, but I shouldn't, because you're flip-flopping, because you think that if you do something that you really want to do, that it won't work out. Yes, there may be humps in the road, but you're perfectly placed, enlightenment-wise, wisdom-wise, mind-wise, to achieve what you are wanting to achieve on that particular, over and above that challenge. So don't go thinking you can't. Create an action plan, and it's time. You know it. And March babies. Yeah, classic. There's this sense of other people are holding me back. I can't do what I want to do because other people are holding me back. And Spirit suggests that be responsible. And when you're responsible, that makes other people be responsible, and they have to step up to the plate. Them saying they can't or won't, that's not on. So it's okay for you to say, actually, excuse you, I am going to do what I want, you do what you want, But also for us to be doing this together, we need to be respectful of the fact that this is something I really want to do, and I would appreciate your support with that. So it feels a bit, hard for March babies, because you really prefer to, be love and light. And Spirit sometimes says you have to put those boundaries in and ask for what you want, need, or expect. How dare we? All right. And so on that note, hope you have a wonderful day and weekend.